Okay. Let's get rid of the music. Boom. Back to it. Okay, so time to level. This is a pretty long mission. Do you think that I'm how far in do you think I am, Josh? Because I kind of figured that. Oh, you're right. Yeah, we've only. So it seems as though. There's like at least 3 tiers to like Dresden. Like we've got this sort of entrance tier here. I don't know if this goes like all the way around. I don't think it does because I don't think we could get up this way, could we? But either way, it looks like there's at least 3 tiers to Dresden and we've not even cleared the second tier. So we'll have to clear the second tier. We'll have to take out the catapults. There'll obviously be some sort of inner tier up here with like an actual fortress. I am guessing. And then once we've cleared that, we'll have to go inside. So yeah, we're not even halfway through probably. Either way, I'll be completing it today. However long that takes. Because I plan on, for those of you who watch the VODs on YouTube, I plan on releasing all that content while I'm away on vacation. Schedule it to upload. And then you'll still have like a weekly Pathfinder fix if you've been watching on YouTube and not live. But yeah. Boy oh boy. Okay. Let's dive back into it then. Another sip of coffee, and then we'll go live. Live with the siege. Okay, so you're joining me live with the siege. Live at 5. What time are we on actually? We're on 3. We at 3. Live in the siege. Athletics check to climb a ladder and then climb some wooden posts. Where does that take us? Let's have a look in a minute. Do some looting first. Can the horse climb the posts? The horse can climb. Fair enough. Oh, and then can we do some parkour over on the other side of the roof? Indeed we can. Wow. And then can we do some parkour? Wait, that's down. How do we get up? Can we get up? Oh wait, no, we just climb up very easily. Let's loot that. What's this? Ooh, what is that? That looks like the amulet I already have, which is like Amulet of Agile Fists, I think. Amulet of Agile Fists +1. Shit. Let's level these guys up. Where's good old Dragon Disciple? There we go. I think I was going to take my constitution up, right? Up to 14. But... yeah, let's try and make him a bit less squishy, I suppose. I mean, that'll get us an extra... what are we at? 8th level now, so that'll get us an extra 8 hit points. Yeah. Also take our fortitude saving throw up a little bit. Okay, we'll go with that. And we will also go with, of course, Persuasion. We will go with Perception. Actually... yeah, we will go with perception, but I'm going to save a point on there and maybe get knowledge of world instead. Because our party's not very good with knowledge checks right now, so I kind of need to be good at all of them. Unless I want to miss something. So we've got 18, 16, the highest in this as well, which is 13. Dawn has +14 in religion checks, so that's great. Perception, again, the highest is 15, which is us. Persuasion, of course, is going to be us because we're incredibly charismatic. We're just terrible in combat. We're a natural born leader who is unable to fight. Spells. Boy, oh boy. You know something? Hurricane Bow wouldn't be such a bad idea, but That wouldn't be such a bad idea because we are using a longbow. Oh no, short bow, I believe, for the time being. Touch of gracelessness also might be... no. Touch of gracelessness probably wouldn't be worth it because it requires touch, and I don't think we can do ranged touch with it. Hurricane bow it is. Yeah. Molten orb, perhaps? We do enjoy create pit. It's between molten orb and create pit. All creatures within a 5-foot burst. Let's do it. 5-foot burst. Now we have our 3rd level spell to pick. Battering Blast. A fist-sized ball of force resembling a sphere of spikes to ram a designated creature, sorry. You must succeed on a ranged touch attack to strike your target. On a successful hit, it's 1d6 points of force damage per 2 caster levels, so we would have 4d6. For every 5 caster levels you possess beyond 5th, you gain an additional ball of force. So we would have 2 balls of force, and it would be 8d6 in total. That's pretty good. 8d6. A creature struck by any of these is subject to a bull rush attempt. The force has a strength modifier equal to your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma modifier. That's going to be really good, actually. So battering blast, we'll keep that in mind. Hold person. Pretty good. Rage, maybe not so useful. Spiked pit. Spiked pit. Let's go with battering blast, because that charisma modifier is pretty damn tasty. Pretty damn tasty. Okay. Oh, and we unlock breath weapon. At 9th level, you gain breath weapon. Okay. And at 3rd level of Dragon Disciple, you also gain breath weapon. So does that mean that... because I'm assuming you have 1 use of breath weapon. So let me have a look at this. At 9th level, you can use it once per day. At 17th level, you can use it twice per day. So I'm assuming I get 2 uses of breath weapon from multi-classing into Dragon Disciple as well as Sorcerer. In which case, lovely. 2 breath weapon attacks? Fantastic. Just need to make sure not to hit any allies with it, because I believe it would deal friendly fire. I think there might be a feat that we can take that negates that, though, possibly. 8th level Barbarian, yes please. Oh yeah, by the way, Josh, so you said these characters were based on Wheel of Time. Was Wheel of Time, did Brandon Sanderson co-write a couple of those books? Or am I thinking of something else? I think we'll go ahead and take strength, right? And then we'll go with athletics. Perception. And nature. Rage power. Oh shit. Hey Josh, any ideas for this? Or should I say, rather than ideas, any requests? That's not the right word. I can't English. Any thoughts, I suppose. Finish the series after Jordan's death. Oh, he died? I wasn't aware of that. Again, I wasn't aware that the you know, like I saw that it was an Amazon TV series, and then when I looked into it, I realized, oh, there are actually books, because we discussed that on stream, and you said like the books are way better. The TV series isn't good at all, I don't think, compared to the books. So I looked into it and was like, oh, they are books, and the one that I looked at happened to have Brandon Sanderson's name on it, and I was like, wow, that's weird. I don't remember hearing Wheel of Time as one of his books. Not that I've read any Brandon Sanderson, but I am thinking about it. Apparently he's one of the great fantasy writers. But yeah, that's sad to hear that he's passed and obviously had to pass on his work to Brandon Sanderson. Although I'm sure he will have tried to do it as much justice as he can. Did we get the crit buffing one that we took stance for? The crit buffing one? Oh, I don't remember. Did we get the crit buffing one we took stance for? Which one was that? Fuck. I don't know if we did. Which one? Do you remember which one? Do you remember which one it was? Because I can just have a quick look through now and see. So that's claw attacks. Crit buffing. Deadly accuracy. If the barbarian scores a critical threat, while in lethal stance, he applies the double the lethal stance bonus when rolling to confirm the critical. Would that be it? Deadly accuracy. I'll keep going through and see if I can find any others that apply to critical hits. No. That's it. Let's go with that then. Deadly accuracy, right? And then we can take lethal accuracy afterwards. Yeah, so at level 4 we went with lethal stance. Now we can go with deadly accuracy. Okay. And then level 12 we could take lethal not lethal accuracy, deadly accuracy. And then level 12 we could take lethal accuracy. Yes. Okay, sounds like a plan. Deadly accuracy it is. Boom. Seabass. Seabass. Well, Fraser has disappeared for family events. But I think Seabass will be easy enough to level up. I think we were going to take his dexterity up. So that I can get that extra AC. Yes, please. You know what? I should have put 3 points into mobility. Yeah, I should have put 3 points into mobility and got that extra AC point there as well. I'm going to go ahead and give him 1 to athletics, 1 to mobility, and then next time round I'll spend both points on mobility if I remember, which I'm sure I will. I'm sure that if I see 1 point in mobility, I'll realise, oh, I should put 2 more into that, considering that I'm obsessed, seemingly, with the idea of getting 1 extra AC point for 3 points in mobility. Improve critical. Again, point blank shot. Please, devs, get rid of this as a suggestion for every class pretty much. Actually, no, it's not every class. It's like fighter, barbarian, animal companions, get it? I think there's a couple of spell-based classes that automatically get suggested this now as well. I don't know why. Apparently it is a bug. Improve critical. Honestly, I just think greater weapon focus is better. +1 on attack rolls with both weapons that we're wielding. Let's do it. Longsword. Boom. Sarah, you're going to get access to any tasty healing magic now. Wisdom is... I can't remember if Angel Fire Apostle uses, like... Does it use... For its DCs on Channel Energy, does it use Wisdom instead of Charisma? I can't remember. I feel like I read that somewhere, but let's have a look. Does it really not let me look through the full class anymore? No? Really? Fucking hell. Okay then. I'm going to go ahead and assume that it doesn't use Wisdom instead of Charisma, and that I probably made that up off the top of my head, in which case I'm going to raise Charisma. Try and raise that, the DCs for that. Because I don't believe there's any way that I can actually specifically check that. But yeah, we'll go with Charisma. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's my bad. go with religion and arcana. Holy Lance. At 8th level, you give a weapon you touch the holy special weapon quality for a number of rounds equal to half your level in the class that oh, okay, so 4 rounds. Okay, 4 rounds of a holy weapon. Has to be within touch range. So I'll probably just pass that off onto Dawn. Rykard. Still on? Says Selby. I am still on. I'm still going. And honestly, I'm kind of considering, once we've finished Act 2, which might take a little while, I might play some more Elden Ring. I might play some more Elden Ring afterwards. We'll see. Possibly. Possibly. Right, Rykard. I think we want to take the charisma up. Because Flag did specifically state, that he wants to focus on strength, constitution, and charisma. And our charisma is a little bit low right now, so let's work on that. I have to help paint the inside of a storage container. Please kill me. What? Why do you need to paint the inside of it? Can you not just paint the outside and then close it and pretend that the inside's painted? Is that not an option? Let's see. Knowledge of the world, athletics, and persuasion, please. And we will go with... What else will we go with? Maybe stealth. No point. We're not going to negate the penalty from the armor and the shield anytime soon. 1 extra point left. Where do we put it? Maybe just into mobility. Oh, trickery. Trickery might... Let's go with mobility. For the king? At 8th level, an order of the Lion Cavalier can call out his allies, or call out to his allies, inspiring them to greatness. God damn it. God damn it, Rykard. Such a good buffer. So it grants them a competence bonus equal to his charisma modifier, which is now +1. Yeah, we're going to have to work on that charisma modifier, I think. And damage rolls. So +1 to all attack and damage rolls on his allies within 30 feet. Huh. And it lasts for 1 round. Okay. They bought a storage container for the farm and they've been using it as an office. It's a total shithole though, and they've been wanting to hire extra staff lately, so they want it to look a little nicer. We found a local charity who was getting rid of a load of office furniture and nabbed it. It's really nice stuff. Like a grand's worth of cabinets and stuff. Jeez. Good find. I appreciate a 50 find. Why do I feel as though it's... No, yeah, it's in 1920 by 1080. It doesn't look like it is though, actually. I feel as though it's set in... It's up in 4K. Let me go ahead and change this quickly. Let me change it down and then reset it. I feel like Pathfinder lately has been... Yeah, it is as well. Yeah. I think it was in the wrong setting. Oh well, it's all good. It's all good. In the hood. Right. So... Oh, another parkour awaits us. But first, level up. I keep asking my boyfriend what he's paying me for this, and he just keeps saying it's good experience. That's what you say to children. It's good experience. That's certainly what I would use as a parent. If I was to, God forbid, if I was to ever become a parent. Ugh. It's good experience. Dad, why are we doing this really tedious task? Or should I say, why am I doing this really tedious task and you're just watching? It's good experience for you. Flanders knows what he's talking about. I'm not sure the roof is meant to hold that many people. Well, we're just going to wait and see, okay? We're going to wait and see. Hopefully it will hold. But I mean, anything's possible, right? If we fall through the roof, that's just the end of the playthrough, right? If something like that happens. I can't even reload my save. Kind of want to take intelligence up, honestly. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh, wow. 8 points. Jeez. That's crazy. Are you child-free? We are. I am most definitely child-free. Yep. I am 100% child-free. If I had children, if I had a single child, there's no way I would be, like, on here as often as I am. I would have big priorities. Priorities of which I would no doubt fail at massively. Law, religion. Let's go with some stealth. Let's go with some... Oh boy, what do we want? We could actually put this into anything realistically. Let's go with perception. Plus 15 in perception. Fantastic. It's beautiful. I mean, like, you don't want to have any in the future? I mean, I might have kids in the future. You know, I'd be open for having kids in the future. It's just, like, it's more situational than anything else. Like, at the minute, I am a freelance professional, by which I mean I'm unemployed. I'm looking for work. You know? Freelance is not working out at all. Like, no opportunities have arisen in the past year. So, yeah, I am unemployed. I am looking for work. I stream on here as a hobby. I do not have the most solid of living situations. So yeah, like children in any time in the foreseeable future would be a no-no. But one day, when things are like stable, perhaps. Child-free is like the internet way of saying you don't ever want kids. Oh, right. No, I don't think... I wouldn't say I'm child-free then. Like, it's not that I never want kids. It's just that, like, it's situational. It is situational. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of, like, when people say, like, oh, would you ever want kids? The first thing I do is kind of think about, like, what the hell would I actually be like as a father? And... Really? I don't know. I feel like if I was a father, I'd be like that, is it a TikTok video where it's like, it's an Australian family and the daughter's like, she's like obviously in a bed on a phone and she's filming and her dad comes in and is like, we've had a discussion, meaning him and his wife, and the daughter's like, oh? And what is it he says? He's like, your mother wants to get a convertible. Even though when we're in the car, you're not allowed to have the windows down past this much because it messes with her hair. And then he just calmly stands up and walks out. I feel like that would be me. Just so done with everything. Oh, jeez. You'd make a good house husband. I don't know if I would. Like, don't get me wrong. At the minute, I suppose that's pretty much what I am. I pretty much am a house husband, I suppose. But yeah, it's not a happy position to be in. I very much want to be out there, and I very much want to get work within my profession, and actually, like, contribute to the pot, so to speak. Yeah. Let me see. What's uncanny dodge? The character can react to danger before her senses would normally allow her to do so. She cannot be caught flat-footed, nor does she lose her dexterity bonus to AC if the attacker is invisible. She still loses her dexterity bonus to AC if immobilized. A character with this ability can still lose her dexterity bonus to AC if an opponent successfully uses the feint action against her. I'm quite nervous for my interview next week, says Selby. I mean, that is 100% understandable. Like, job interviews are always, like, terrifying. Like, I've had a fair few in my time. Although at the minute, I'm not having any luck with interviews. I've got to be honest, like, you know, I'm not having any luck. I have had like 2 phone call interviews in the past God knows how many months now. Or not even interviews, they were just like phone calls to discuss like opportunities. Neither of those led to interviews, and yeah, Like, I'm not doing too hot in the interview front. But with that being said, the sort of industry that I'm trying to find work in is kind of difficult to find right now. Things are only now just starting to pop up again. So, you know, would you take on another kind of job while you're waiting in one of your field? I've thought about it. Like, me and Betty have spoke about it, and we're kind of like, I think the main thing that she sort of said to me is that, like, if I got a job in another field, it would probably be the case that I'd just never end up getting a job in the field that I want to work in. Because, I mean, you know, is right. Like, when you end up getting into a job, it can be very difficult to then go through a work week of going to your job, coming home, making food, and then basically having like an hour free and going to sleep at night. It can be very difficult to do that sort of work, do that sort of routine, and then still find the time to like actively seek out and be available for interviews for other jobs. So I don't know, that's a worry. Yeah. Although with that being said, if enough time, like if time goes by and I'm just not having any luck, then I will just probably be taking whatever I can to try and, you know, pay the bills, so to speak, or contribute to the pot. But yeah, part-time, maybe part-time could work. Part-time could work, but it would have to be like, it would have to be a decent wage. Like, I've done jobs in the past where I work for, you know, shit pay and like living hand to mouth. And like the whole reason of me going back to university to study and get a degree was so I could leave that behind, you know? Like I went back to university a couple of years ago, and like I can't claim to be like a really intelligent person or anything, but I know how to apply myself. You wouldn't think so, judging by what I'm like on streams, but I know how to apply myself. I'm not an idiot. Like, I came out of university with a degree with first class honors, so I know I can do the work. I know I'm good at it, but at the minute, opportunities are just kind of few and far between, especially when we have you know, it's not like I'm a single person who's able to move wherever they want to in the country, you know? I have my roots set in stone, and that's where I live, and that's where I need to look for work for. So, yeah, you know? It's just a weird one. Let me see. I wouldn't go to uni if I could turn back time. It wasn't helpful at all. I don't think kids should be encouraged to go straight to uni from school. They don't know what they want to do yet. I agree wholeheartedly. I think that this rut that society has kind of put us to in the UK, where the plan is to go straight from school to university, is ridiculous. Kids don't know what they want to do, and as a result of that, they just get themselves into debt, and more often than not, they end up working bar jobs, or working in retail, or just doing whatever they can to pay bills after university, and that's not what it should be, you know? A couple of years of working and actually learning what it's like to have to work for your pay, and then being able to go off and have the opportunity to go to university once you know what you want to do with your life, that seems like the best choice to me. However, with that being said, there are some incredibly mature young people who know what they want to do with their life, and they're well put together, and by all means they should be going off to university as soon as they want to. For me, that just wasn't the case, you know? I went off to university when I was 18, and it wasn't a good idea. I ended up leaving university, and I basically just thought, after that point, I was like, you know what? I'm probably never going to go back. And it was only a couple of years back that I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try it. I'm going to get my degree, and I'm going to, you know, get a job that I'm proud to, in an industry that I'm proud to work in. Hey, Paladin, how you doing? I hope you are doing fantastically. Currently just, at the minute, leveling up characters in Pathfinder, continuing the Siege of Dresden, which I've been currently working at for like 2 hours now. No, 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours. About 3 hours I've been trying to complete the Siege of Dresden. After that, I'll probably play some Elden Ring. Still fighting through Mendev. We're in the thick of it, Paladin. We are literally in Dresden, sorry. Capital of the demon-occupied lands, I believe. I did clinical psychology, and now I do finance. That's the way it goes, right? Like, it's just so difficult to find work in your field after university. And on top of that, Sometimes you just have to go with what pays, you know? I want to do a finance qualification now. Still paying £80 a month for my student loan. Oh, jeez. Who's the tank? At the minute, we're using... So we have Perrin, the Barbarian, and his wolf companion Hopper. Hopper's a pretty damn good tank, and Perrin is pretty great DPS. So we kind of have them as like the DPS tank duo in the party. But yeah. Dawn, what do we want to... I really don't think Uncanny Dodge is going to be much use. Immunity to difficult terrain, terrain mastery, survivalist, law nature, slow reactions, slippery mind. They gain a bonus on saving throws against mind affecting conditions equal to their dexterity modifier. I don't think her dex mod is that great. It's just like standard 0, isn't it? Yeah, 10. So yeah, 0. Selby says, I just thought psychology seemed fun and easy enough. I figured I would find something I would enjoy as a career when I finished, but I didn't. I think that's the same situation that a lot of people find themselves in after university, right? Because you go in thinking, you know what, I enjoy this and I will find a job as a result of that. And it'll just kind of like all work itself out. And kind of annoyingly so, that just isn't how it works at all, is it? You know, like you do something you enjoy and then you just struggle to find anything. I don't know. It all works itself out eventually. Like it always does work itself out. You know, everything ends up okay in the end, I think. But it's just like the effort that has to be put in to get to that point where you're comfortable. I'm gonna go with Iron Guts, I think. Because I noticed the nauseated effect getting applied to some of the characters before. I think it was maybe the Nabasu. And I think we're going to be obviously encountering more and more. Hello, Druid! Welcome to the stream! Yeah, I was thinking Iron Guts. The reason I was thinking Iron Guts, before I noticed that you'd mentioned that, is that I think we're starting to encounter more and more demons that are applying negative buffs, like sickened, like poisons, nauseated, shaken, all these things. Didn't seem to be much of an issue early in the game, but we are starting to encounter it now. Now spells, Druid. Any thoughts on what spell? I think it's just the one spell we get to pick, right? One level 3. Let me just check chat while. Selby says, I also felt like we really don't have close to enough information about psychology to effectively give treatment to people. We really don't know how things like mental illness work, and yet we're giving people pills for it. Yeah, so I kind of, mental illness is a really complicated, like, topic, because we know like we know to a certain degree how it works, but the real issue is that everybody's minds work in very complicated and differing ways, and so it's very difficult to treat mental illness in the same way that you would treat like a common cold or a broken leg or, you know, stuff like that. So it's kind of impossible to treat it in the same way, and I think that treatment of mental illness has less to do, the issues with it has less to do with our lack of knowledge and more to do with the way that the system deals with it. At least in the UK. I don't think the NHS is equipped well enough to deal with it. I think it's an afterthought, and that's why I think care for mentally ill people is not good enough. Slippery mind, I say, or Iron Guts. That was for the feet. Remove curse or disease or resist energy. Mental sickness is very random. I 100% agree, Druid. Like, it's everyone. I would be surprised if anybody that comes into my stream turned around and said, I have never suffered from a mental illness. I think most people do these days. I think we all suffer from something, right? Some people get really bad anxiety. Some people get really bad depression. Some people, you know, the scale of it is massive. Me personally, like, I don't really talk about this stuff on stream, but I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know, be open, I suppose. So I've had really bad depression in the past. I've had A lot of problems. Like the biggest one for me at the minute, believe it or not, this is going to shock some of you, I'm sure, but I have pretty bad social anxiety. Like I have really bad social anxiety. Yeah, like it's like streaming. I don't feel like it's the same with streaming. I'm quite comfortable performing on a stage, performing music and things on a stage. I'm comfortable in a professional environment, doing like working in the industry that I chose to try and work in. I'm comfortable streaming to some degree, but I suffer from social anxiety. I get really bad. Like, so for instance, here's an example for you guys. My mobile, my telephone, my mobile, if that rings, I instantly get a pang of anxiety. I don't know why. I get a pang of anxiety from that. If I'm meeting new people for the first time, I get really nervous. And most people do get nervous when they meet new people, right? Like they get really nervous, you know, like, oh, this is a new person, this is a new situation. For me, it's like, it can get bad, you know? It can get really bad. Obviously, we all have issues like that. I'm not trying to make my issues out to be worse than others. But yeah, I do suffer from that sort of thing. And I don't know. I think the way that I've dealt with it, because I've had that since I was like a young teenager / kid. The way that I've always dealt with it, or that I've learned to deal with it, is that it sounds ridiculous, but I literally just have to force it to the back of my mind, and I have to focus on specific things, and like focus on little parts of the world around me to distract me from it. And then that helps me. And that helps me to appear confident. Oh shit. That helps me to appear confident, and it helps me to focus on the task at hand and all that sort of thing. It's just like we all develop like our own little fixes for our problems, don't we? You know? Like I know for some people with anxiety, they're often recommended, or they often find the whole trick of having like a rubber band or like something around their wrist where they can just pull it and flick it at their wrist when they're feeling a little bit anxious, and it distracts them because they focus on like the sort of sharp little sting of the rubber band. That's one thing that I have had a few friends that have done that sort of thing. Let me see. Selby says, I've spoke to several doctors so far about depression, and they all just give me pills. Didn't ask me about my circumstances, didn't ask me if I had any friends or what my diet or exercise was like. Yeah, so I'm not against the idea of medication for mental health. I'm not against that, because it can work with people. With some people it works, and it's great. And if you're someone who takes medication for mental health and that helps you and it makes you feel good and it helps you to live the fullest life you can, then you should do that, you know? But if you don't, if you take medication and it doesn't work, or it makes it worse, then honestly, I think that therapy is one of the best opportunities out there. You know? Like therapy is an ongoing thing. Like if you want to go through therapy, then you have to be willing to spill your guts every week, or every however often you do it. You have to be willing to spill your guts every single time for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. It's an ongoing thing. It's difficult. It's difficult to deal with, but there is help out there. Druid says, I had nightmares that gave me sleepless nights. Yeah, I've had that same sort of thing as well. Like I've woken up in like panic attacks and you know, anxiety attacks and things like that, like nightmares that would fuel that sort of thing. Yeah, it's really horrible, you know, like everyone deals with stuff like that. Selby says, OMG, phone calls are the worst. Just text me. See, I don't actually mind talking to people on the phone. I actually prefer talking to people on the phone than texting. If I can't talk to someone face to face, I would much rather talk to them on the phone. But then again, if it's an online friend, like if it's friends that I've met online, then I normally just message. I normally just send like text messages or whatever, because that's way more easy and more comfortable for me personally. But yeah. Druid says, it got so bad that I slept with handcuffs just to make sure I didn't hurt anyone. That sounds horrible, Druid. I'm so sorry that you have to go through that, or had to go through that. I don't know if it's an ongoing thing, or if it's something from the past. But yeah, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that, or have to deal with that. But yeah, it's actually one of the things that sort of it's one of the things that scared me whenever I would have like a partner, you know, like a girlfriend. Whenever I would meet a girlfriend and it would get to the point where we were like sharing the same bed. That was something that bothered me because like I used to thrash about in my sleep at times. If I was particularly stressed out or something was bothering me, I would thrash about in my sleep. And yeah, that was definitely a concern that I had. But it's funny because I think that like obviously mental health is an incredibly terrible thing, but it is incredibly heartwarming to see how so many people can suffer with such a wide range of issues. And it is suffering. It is suffering. Sorry to put it down on the stream, guys, but you know, facts. It's so horrible to see that so many people can suffer with this range of issues, but at the same time it is so heartwarming to see when people come together and they discuss their issues. And it helps, because talking to someone and saying, this is my problem, this is what I deal with, and them coming back to you and saying, oh, yeah, so I deal with a similar thing, and this is like what I deal with, this is my situation. Being able to relate to people about your problems it makes you feel like you're not alone. It makes you feel like you're not alone, you know? Paladin says, in my opinion, phone calls are just inconvenient. They are inconvenient. It would be way easier if people would just send emails or texts all the time. But in terms of like talking to loved ones, for instance, like at a distance, I prefer phone calls just because I get to hear their voice. In my opinion. Right, so remove curse or disease or resist energy. Let's go with remove curse, because we're getting hit by more and more of them. Druid says, it still happens from time to time, but Nicaea has the capability to give me a normal wake up, calm down slap. I think that, I can relate to that, Druid, because I think that when you meet someone who is able, there is nothing better than when you meet someone who is very much able to center you and calm you down, you know? Yeah. Like my teenage years, I was a mess. I was an absolute mess in my teenage years. I was just a big old bag of anxiety and hormones and just, yeah. It's funny to look back on, but at the time it was very scary. And I think that, like I say, everyone has their own issues and their problems. I don't know. I don't really talk about stuff like that on the stream. The reason being is because I don't like to think that by me talking about issues that I might have, that somehow either triggers someone in chat, or on the other side of that it just puts a general sort of sad spin on the stream, because that's not what I'm here for, you know? I come online because, I don't know, I just like the idea of community. I like the idea of community. I like the idea of everything that we've kind of built here as a little community. And the fact that so many people feel, you know, very open to the idea of coming along, chatting together, enjoying the same hobbies, and laughing at this giant fucking dumbass on stream. Horse on the roof. Na 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 na. Everyone has their own demons. Exactly, Druid. Everyone has their own demons. Dreamons? Dreamons? Everyone has their own demons. On a horse on top of a roof. There's a horse on the roof. Na 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 na. Right, so. Ooh. The horse has found us an apprentice lockpick, a composite shortbow, and a silver bell. Huh! So we can climb up, and I'm assuming that is going to take us right to the catapults. Oh, maybe we should... Oh. Ooh, I forgot to level these guys up. Do we have two bullies? Or is it a bully and a race? Is it a race? Daredevil? Racer? Let's go with... Oh, that doesn't take the AC up. Maybe Constitution for more hit points? Yeah, I think so. Also, I heard you played Elden Ring yesterday. Druid, I did. It's the first Soulsborne game I've ever played. It was so much fun. Honestly, once I've finished the Siege of Dresden, I might play some more Elden Ring. It was so much fun. Yeah. I think, I don't know. Going into it, I thought it was going to be overhyped, you know, because everybody seems to say online, it's such a good game. It's amazing. It's the best game ever. And whenever I hear that sort of thing, I'm always kind of like, is it though? Or is it just, you know, is it good? As opposed to being like absolutely amazing? No, it's pretty damn good. I don't understand any of the lore, really. But it's a lot of fun. Did Nicaea give you hell before me when she left for her dad's birthday? Nicaea actually sent in... So Serial came in first, but Nicaea gave strict instructions on what I was to be told and what advice I should be given. And then Serial and Nicaea went off for their dad's birthday for that celebration. And then Nicaea was kind enough to have Flag come into the stream and give me some advice as well. So yeah, much appreciated, guys. It was a big help, especially because like when I first started with the game, I was absolutely terrible. And then after a couple of hours, like those of you who watched yesterday and are hanging out in chat now, like maybe you can back me up on this. But after a couple of hours, I was a bit better, you know? I was doing better. I was getting better at the game. Oh, it's not a racer, it's a bulwark. Or bulwark, if you want to phrase it that way. Let's go with Constitution. And let's go with athletics and mobility. Lovely.